Everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. I want to share with you a feedback I'm giving to one of my students about his blocking plus and how efficiently polish something like this. Alright guys, first thing first, I'm gonna spline everything because we want to move from step mode to spline, and I'm gonna see if I can improve some of the timing before I started to go polishing. This part here is a little bit too slow, so I want to definitely go on 2 here. And I think also here, I want to hold maybe for a little bit longer the hang time, okay, to have a little bit more of a contrast coming down. But definitely here, I want to have a sharper boom. I think also the part where it's pushing could be a little bit faster. So now that this is done, I want to start to focus on this small section first, okay? As usual, guys, I'm going to start to work on the COG here, all right? And I think here I want to have maybe a little bit more of up and down first, adjusting a little bit more here, boom. And obviously, guys, I'm going to go here into the graph editor and take a look what's going on. Yeah, you see this part here. This is something I want to push, right? And I know I will have to adjust. Now for the rotation, I will try not to delete as many keys, and I will show you later why I'm gonna take this approach. Yeah, we're gonna have a very nice easy in. Yeah, maybe I feel like here this needs to be straighter actually. Yeah, see this one needs to accelerate a little bit more. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, because or else we're gonna have a pop on the arc of the head. Okay, which might still have later on. Okay. Now that this is done, this time I want to clean up first the spine. Reason being because the legs are in FK, so if I need to counter animate the COG, it will affect the leg as well. So the very first things I want to do is adjust the easy in, easy out. Because this one needs to be like this. We are easing in into that position, more or less. Okay, maybe these two can be even here. Okay, I think this one needs to be a little bit more like this. In this case, we could even try to remove some stuff and see if it gets better. Okay. Here again, we need to make sure the easy in, easy out. Okay. But then now I need to see here. I think this was a mistake done during the blocking. So you want to continue to move it, and okay, I think this needs to be like this. Okay, sharper and accelerate. Okay. See, all those things, you want to clean them up, right? See, it's accelerating here. Okay. Yeah, this one, again, I'm not sure why is it like this. You see, I think the chest needs to be rotated. I think probably there was some mistake done during the blocking plus, and obviously you want to correct that. Here. There could be sometimes a little bit of counter animation, but if it doesn't cause any pop or anything, I think it's fine. Now, some things we want to do for the rotation Z, right? We really want to understand what's going on here, and why things are moving in a certain way, and not just, let things go random and pray that looks good. Okay, that's not how you do animation. Okay, it's not like you move and pray. Yeah, so here there is a lot of noise that I think we need to adjust. Okay. Yeah, see here, like I wanna see what's going on here. See, if it's very little movement, like you're moving the graph editor and it barely change anything in your rig, I'd rather just clean them up and and then obviously later on check how things are going into the when I track the arc. All right. All right, here is quite good. Here is quite good. Maybe just a little bit more of easy in. Okay. Another things I would like to try is to add a little bit of squash and stretch. And we can use the translate Y. Okay, it's been done here already. But maybe, yeah, maybe we can do a little bit here. Ooh, it seems like it's going through a lot. Okay. I'm creating a locator. I'm gonna parent it to the head controller. Make sure this one goes on 0, and I'm gonna make sure I bake the bake simulation to have a query here. And now I'm gonna take a look at this one. All right. And the reason why I'm doing this is because obviously I wanna double check the arc of the head. Okay, especially in this area here, and see what can I do to improve it. Okay, yeah, see it's kind of snapping here back, and I want to solve that, but at the same time I want to also go in top view, because yeah, see, like it's very messy here. So I think maybe this needs to be fixed in here. Okay. See, trying to make it as nice as possible. And more or less we managed to maintain the arc clean here as well. Okay. Here maybe this is the one who needs to be fixed. Okay. So in this case, it doesn't matter so much anymore about the okay, we want to clean as best as possible, but as we talk about it many times, guys, the important things is the what you see on camera at the end of the day, right? If we have to make only one choice, you can always clean perfectly everything, right? Okay, I think this is a nice beginning for now. Alright guys, I'm gonna skip the polish of the hip because there was nothing particularly interesting in that area. But what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna move directly on the legs. Alright, that's what I wanna go and polish a little bit more. Okay. So here I wanna have a little bit of you know, movement. And again, here I feel like this needs to be a little bit more like this. Boom. Adjust it here. Always want to check between the IK, FK switch. Okay, guys. So this one should have been more like this. Okay, kind of to match a little bit better. But at least this one will help to do the transition. And so we want to start it to work on this one, on the easy in, easy out here. I think this one needed to be a little bit more like this. So yeah, I think this one needed to be straighter. Okay. Maybe this one could be around here. And obviously, again, we want to take a look at this one that, okay, we wouldn't need that much. Then again, we want to see what's happening here. Yes, here we don't want to over-rotate it. It doesn't matter because it's going to go back here to IK, so it doesn't really matter here. Now, obviously, as you can see, there is a problem with this one, with the knee. So first of all, maybe a bit too much. Okay, we want to maybe reduce it a little bit more. Okay, it's getting a little bit better. Maybe here also we want to actually reconsider and switch to, yeah, boom. And this one we can start to lay it up here. Yeah. And again, maybe this one needs to fill a little bit more here. Okay, not too much. Yeah, and then we want to maybe go back here and okay, obviously again this is affecting the IK in that part, so it doesn't really matter. And obviously here we want to have a little bit of overshoot. If again we want to just hold this a little bit more. So in order to make the workflow a little bit better, I hide the arms because they were a little bit distracting for me, and now I can focus for the rest of the animation. Okay, here for example I want to just adjust this one a little bit more. Okay, I want to make sure I control the foot roll and there is no penetration or the foot is not sliding too much. All right, so obviously guys, as usual, you need to go from different angle, not just from your camera view, to make sure things work properly. As you can see now, there is a problem in the trajectory. So as soon as the feet lift, I want to remove all the foot roll controller, guys, and just use the normal foot controller where the pivot is on the heel, right? Obviously, I tend to do one switch in 1 or 2 frame, and I want to make sure that the trajectory kind of match from the previous frame when I'm using the foot roll to the other one. Here then I'm adjusting the spacing and pushing this back a little bit, and then here I'm switching to 2FK, right? And here more or less I'm try to overall feel the motion. I'm looking right now at the trajectory of the foot during the part of the jump, and you can see that the arc is all messy, so I'm readjusting it here using the upper leg controller. All right, guys. Here again, I'm checking how I'm doing the switch back from IK to FK, and I'm realigning it the legs here. Again, guys, I want to make sure I do really check uh, every frame. You don't have to animate every frame, but you want to check every frame what happened to every single limbs. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm adjusting here a little bit with an IK because here I'm always switching back to IK and I want the leg to coming straight down. Obviously, part of the arc, as you can see, the second part of the arc doesn't work because it was based on the FK. And now I'm looking the arc at the end on the IK, right? As you can see, I'm readjusting it. Okay, and again, same stuff here as I mentioned before. Gonna watch from a different angle, right? So you want to make sure that this part is quite clean, okay? Obviously, I'm going to remove the arc tracker there, right? And I'm going to do the small refinement gesture, I would say here. All right, I create a simple controller here and parent it to the elbow because I want to track the arc of the elbow, right? And I want to see all the dots here regarding the arc, because now what I'm going to do, I want to go and clean up the arc of the elbow, okay? So I'm going here, I'm tracking the elbow, and slowly, little by little, I'm readjusting the line of action and the arc, okay? The reason why I'm doing the elbow first, because normally the mistake I used to do that is I used to start with the arc of the hand, right? And I clean up the arc of the hand and everything. And then when I polish, I spline, I realize that maybe the elbow was shaking, stuff like that. And then I realize I have to adjust the elbow. And then if I move the elbow, I move accidentally about the hand, right? And so now I'm changing my workflow. Always starting with the elbow first. Of course, I'm gonna also keeping under control what happened on the clavicle, on the shoulder. But again, I want to make sure that the trajectory of the elbow it's clean and is doing whatever it's supposed to do or whatever I want it to do, right? So you can see here I'm also, as I mentioned, adjusting the shoulder, right? And counter animating a little bit because again, I do want to make sure when I do this work, guys, I don't break the poses and stuff like that, okay? Okay, so I want to make sure that the line of action continue to flow, all right? And here, especially in the upper part, I want to make sure it flows nicely, right? Until it started to come down around here. And then again here, as you can see, I'm using the elbow controller, okay, just to translate a little bit to do minor tweaking. This is a technique I use only when I want to do minor adjustment, okay? Here I have the feeling that the upper arm was a little bit stuck, so I went there and readjust a little bit the animation. After I'm done with the elbow, guys, I will move forward with the hands, right? And I cannot repeat the same principle here. I want to make sure I make the arc cleaner. There is right easy in, easy out, okay? And also want to make sure that the hands doesn't snap unless I want him to snap in a specific moment, right? Again, I'm tracking the elbow here of the other hands, right? I'm doing exactly the same things, all right? I'm adjusting the line of action, okay? Want to make sure the elbow doesn't go up way too much, okay? So this means sometimes I need to adjust a little bit of the poses, but again, I want to make sure it doesn't look completely broken, all right? See, here I have the feeling that my arm was going up a little bit too sooner, so I'm starting to adjust that and move around some of the keys to again to have the feeling that the arm is kind of moving all the time, right? I want to have a little bit of moving hold, but at the same time not being too stiff, okay? Okay, so you need to be really careful about this moment. I'm holding it and then easing it into the next pose because I felt like it was snapping and coming down a little bit too fast. And obviously I'm gonna give a quick pass sometimes in the graph editor where sometimes if I wanna keep things cleaner, I need to delete some keys. Now I'm doing kind of the same as I mentioned before. I'm gonna do kind of the same with the hand, right? Same things I did with the other arms, right? This one I felt that was a little bit easier. Didn't took me very long to do it, um, compared to the elbow where maybe I have to spend a little bit more of time. At the end of the day, the hands is parented to the elbow, right? So if the elbow is done clean enough, the hands itself shouldn't take very long to do it, all right? And here again, there is this part here when it's kind of hidden behind the body where I want to adjust a little bit. And then of course I move to the sword as well. I'm tracking the arc of the tip of the sword, right? And again, there is a bit of cheating that needs to be done here in order to make it really, really clean, right? So I wanted to snap in just one frame and make sure that the sword reads very, very readable, okay? And again, same stuff here. When I'm moving into this area, the arc is very, very messy, right? And as you can see, I need to clean this part here, right? Because it looks very, very messy. There is a moment where it looks like it's getting kind of dirty, the animation, right? It doesn't flow very well, so I need to go almost frame by frame to adjust it and to make it look as good as I can, right? Yeah, say this part here. I wanted just to improve it. Okay, final details here. Make sure that the arc is clean as possible, as much as possible. Okay, we're gonna proceed with the ending of this shot. All right, guys. As you can see, the blocking pass is already quite good. So I think mostly with this part we need to focus on details. All right. So I love how here it pushed this one up here. Boom. See, has a little bit of side movement. This is something I like. And so yeah, it pushes it here, right? And then bounces it back. Okay, maybe a little bit less in here. Then obviously we want to double check here. Here I think there shouldn't be much more. Yeah, I think the extreme here needs to be, yeah, this needs to be more like this. Yeah, boom, and then it's going here. But here I think that the limit supposed to be here, or maybe even this one after. Yeah, and I think this one needs to be like here, maybe like this. Again, we don't want to settle the bounce. We don't want it too overlappy and stuff like that. Okay, boom, a little bit here, but not too much on the side because the movement is mostly straight, coming straight down. Okay, so I think we don't want to have too much of bounciness on the side. Okay, yeah, I think here it needs to be more like this. Let's say the overshoot, I want to do different overshoot in different part of the body. Okay, something like this. And obviously it's very important to take a look what's going on. So here we want to adjust in here. Okay, a little bit more here. Okay, boom. Yeah, I think this one we want it to be more like this. I think, yeah, this one I think we want to on overlap. Yeah, and here we want to really reduce the overshoot at the end. Okay, and so yeah, I think here what we want to do is pushing it a little bit more here. Yeah, I think here is started to, get down. Okay, and now the other things we want to do is maybe to offset the last couple of controller. Okay, actually go into a little bit of compression here. Okay, and here. Okay, something like this. Maybe even more. Okay, that extra cushioning a little bit. Okay, I love the shake of the knee. I almost don't want to touch it. Okay, but what I want to do here, it's here, and here again we want to adjust a little bit more the head. Yeah, I think here we need to drag behind a little bit more. Okay, yeah, up here and coming down. Okay, really adjust it. Want to feel the bounciness on the head. Okay, bit too much, as you can see, guys. Way too much. It feels way too soft. So I think this one needs to be more like this, maybe. And this one like something like this. And obviously not that much. Okay, maybe actually I want to do, you know what? I want to do like this. A little bit of extra bounce might be okay. Okay. See, I love the movement on the side, and I think also we wanna okay, here and here. Some stuff here. We want, I think, like we want to go here, maybe a little bit too much. Want to explore a little bit and then go back here. Yeah, see, like it could be nice to have it a bit on more on the side rather than keeping it just moving up and down. Okay. This one here, instead, this knee, I think needs a little bit of extra. So first of all, this one needs to be adjusted here. See here, some stuff here, right? You want a bit of easy in, easy out with a bit of overshoot, okay? So it doesn't feel too stiff. Okay, I think this one needs to be a little bit more subtle. Yeah, just to reduce a little bit. I'm not fully convinced, so I think I need to go frame by frame. I think this is the part where okay. Okay, I'm gonna work on the arms right now. And one of the things, guys, we need to be very, very careful is that when we do the overlapping here and everything, we do not exaggerate. The animation doesn't look too floaty. Okay, adjust it a little bit here. Right. Very important to adjust the clavicle as well, not just the arm. So you need to be careful how you do things here. Slightly up here. And I think here when we do this one, we wanna go here. See, when we do this one, we wanna continue to go here, down a little bit, okay? And push maybe this one up. Okay, just up a little bit and come down, okay? Very important again to see it in camera. Now the arms might move a little bit, but maybe we wanna kinda adjust here. Okay, we wanna always key everything first. Now we wanna somehow compensate with this one. Yeah, I think this one can be a frame later. See, a little bit sharper here. Okay, we don't wanna exaggerate too much. Just a little bit. We need to be very, very subtle. I think this is way too much. Or maybe here. I think at this better it will be easier for me to redo it. See, it's way too much, right? It's bouncing way too much. And you see like how here, boom, it feels like kind of stuck. Alright, I think this part, it's easy to redo it. Yeah, maybe I should have done it here. Okay. It's a very, very, very minor movement. Okay, something like this. Very important, I think, at this point here, started to adjust, yeah, the sword here. Okay. I think we wanna, maybe I should have done this on the very beginning. In these cases, when the movements are so small, I rather work in the graph editor. Okay. Okay, I rather to work here. Yeah, so you wanna really adjust this part here. I think at this point I can zoom in even more. So this is more or less, guys, is the result that I was looking for, where in the sense the arms tend to be a little bit stiffer, but the sword has a little bit of overshoot that doesn't look too stiff, okay? For this last section, guys, I did exactly the same things that I did for the other arms. I just adjusted a little bit the poses at the beginning, and then more or less I used the same technique to apply the same overshoot, and I wanted to make sure it didn't look too stiff, but at the same time not too overlapping, not too cartoony. I was trying to strike the right balance, if you know what I mean. Okay, I will leave you without any comment to this last part, so you can just watch it in peace. I speed it up a little bit, so hopefully it's a little bit more digestible to watch. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and see you next time. Ciao, guys.